All right, hole number 5 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook. Go back to Golf Clash Notebook. Look at hole number 9 or 5. All right, I'm practicing again. I nailed this shot in my first practice round. So I had a demo of this shot from the mountain tournament, and after I watched that, I did remember that I brought a katana. And when I've got the club pulled at maximum overpower, I'm trying to put my entire white ring in the sand and the entire clear ring on the rough. And then I'm going to adjust out the wind. And I think here we have a headwind. And I'm going to, let's see. It's hole number 5. I'm going to put on 6 left-hand side spin and 4 top spin. I'm trying to standardize that number because what I've been doing is kind of balancing them out, and I want to try and standardize that number so that I can help dial it in a little bit better. So the only thing I should need here is an extra mile. All the rest of that stuff is, I may have to chip it up from there, but the extra mile, I'm either going to get it done with an extra mile and get up there where I'm shooting with my rapier or my putter, or I'm not. And if I'm in anything else, the short iron and long iron that I have in this bag will be fine. All right, here we go. Now, if I don't make it the first time, I hope I end up in the drink so that I get another shot at it. Here we go. I go first. Okay, so let's put the stuff on her here. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 and 4. Fully overpowered. Right there with my white ring right on that transition. I'm going to take the wind out. It's 2.1 per ring, so we're just a smidget. We're 1 1/5 of a ring. I'm going to do the max overpower. And I got all of that. I was just a little shy of getting all of it the first round. And so there we go. So that means that tells me if I'm hitting, and I like the fact that I'm in the drink right there, so I can try that again. So one of the things I was worried about the first time was that I didn't quite catch it all. I was about a ring off from catching it all. So that tells me if I do catch all of that, I'm going to need to be a little bit more to the right. So instead of my white ring being right on the transition, I actually need to be a little bit right of that. So maybe like 1/3 of my white ring on the transition. So let's try that one more time. So I'm going to put on a little bit more topspin and try and balance those out. So it's 5.5, 4.5. I'm going to put myself right back in that same spot, but I'm going to be overlapped just a little. I'm going to take the wind out to 2, 3. It's about a ring. And we're going to try that again. And I got all of that. Let's see if that little bit of adjustment, just a bit outside. So I'm going to have to do, if I'm trying to get all of it, I'm going to have to do probably half my white ring. I love it when I come out and I'm trying these shots and there's an area where you can get out of bounds. So instead of having to catch this hole 3 times to learn this stuff, I can get it done. I can keep adjusting that number. Okay, so let's do this again. So we're going to go 4.5, 5.5. I'm going to put more of my white ring over, so I'm going to do about half of my white ring. And once again, pulling the wind out. Now we're at about a ring and a half. And I got all of that one too. And still just a little bit outside. I wish he'd miss his putt so that I could try that one more time, because now I'm almost the whole white ring out. That was a good game. Good luck. Oh, I would have liked to have tried that one more time. And I know I wish that I would have had these recorded from the last one, but I know that when I was out here, so like earlier, I put my white ring was fully in and I was on my clear ring, and so like here's your needle and here's the max overpower. I was just slightly off of it, and on a max overpower hook shot, being just slightly over on it is a big deal. So I hit nice and cleanly out here from where I was at. But I know that, you know, the goal when you're doing those max overpower shots, and one of the reasons you do them is that if you're doing a max overpower and you're trying to hit perfect, you can mess up on either side of the line. So you could end up hitting a good over here, and you've got a big variance here. Whereas when you're doing a max overpower hook, you can only error on one side of the line. But when you're doing the max overpower hook, if you error on one side of the line, that little teeny bit of error is a big deal in your trajectory. So there, on all three of those shots, I tagged it. I got full over. I mean, I was fully into it. I took the wind out, so that helped me. Because the wind is a big variable here. If you got, like on the last shot, you get a 3-2 wind, where it's going to put you out here versus a 2 wind. Or if you're doing this and you've got higher winds and you've got a 10 wind is going to put you in a totally different area than if you're in an 8 wind. So taking the wind out on those types of shots and eliminating that variable is a very good thing. But it looks like, you know, on that last one, I had maybe half my white ring on the transitional line here, and maybe moving it over so that my entire white ring was on the other side is probably the deal. So I'm going to have to keep working this. In my practice account, I was able to do it with the white ring in the sand, but I didn't catch the whole shot. So I might have been a whole ring set off. And so I would, instead of trying to eke into the white ring, just putting the white ring so that I'm on the outside of this will make that easier to make that adjustment. Now what I'll find is that if I put it out here and putting on that 5.5 curl is not enough, then I can put on the max curl, and that'll drop my topspin down a little bit, but that'll help turn me around this corner. So I'm definitely going to continue to work on that hole to try and work those numbers, and I will figure that out. That's why coming out here and practicing, or having somebody like me come out here and burn that shot 3 times in a row, will help you out to figure that shot out. All right, that was hole number 5 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. Thanks for watching.